You're sitting in traffic, running late. Google Maps says 14 minutes to work. You don't think about it. You just drive. But here's what you don't know. That app isn't just giving you directions. It's building a profile. Your work address, your arrival time, how long you stay, which route you take home. And that profile is worth money. Not to advertisers, to employers. Google Maps now runs on artificial intelligence. The same AI that predicts traffic patterns can predict your patterns. When you leave, when you arrive, whether you've started leaving early. That's data recruiters want. Background check companies want it. HR departments want it. And right now, they're buying it. Let me show you exactly what they see. Over 1 billion people use Google Maps every month. Most of them don't know about a feature called Timeline. Timeline records everywhere you've been. Every coffee shop. Every office building. Every doctor's appointment. It's stored on your phone and backed up to Google's servers. This isn't a bug. It's a feature. And it's on by default. Now here's where your career enters the picture. A company called Equifax runs something called the Work Number. It's the largest employment database in America. 781 million records. Almost 5 million employers contribute to it. Every pay cycle, your company sends them your salary, your job title, your start date, whether you're still employed. That information gets sold to landlords, to lenders, to recruiters, 149 million times per year. You never signed up for this. It happens automatically. But employment data is just half the picture. The other half is location. Data brokers specialize in tracking GPS information from mobile apps. Companies like SafeGraph and Cubic. They don't buy data directly from Google. Google doesn't technically sell your data. But through something called real-time bidding, your location gets broadcast to hundreds of advertising companies. Every time you load a website, every time you open an app, some of those companies are data brokers. They capture your information, connect it to your identity, and sell it to anyone who pays. The Electronic Frontier Foundation calls location data, quote, the most sensitive and valuable personal information these companies collect. NATO considers location data brokering a national security threat. And background check companies? They're absolutely buying it. Here's the career surveillance loop nobody talks about. A recruiter searches for candidates in your industry. They use a data broker to build profiles. That broker combines your employment history from the Work Number with location data showing your commute. Suddenly, they know you live 47 minutes from their office. And that matters more than you think. A researcher sent over 2,000 fake resumes to employers. The only difference was the home address. Candidates who lived farther away got callbacks less often. The employer never met these people, never interviewed them. The address alone determined who got called back. Harvard Business Review confirmed it. Hiring managers discriminate against candidates with longer commutes. Not because it's logical, because they assume you'll quit. Here's the uncomfortable part. Location isn't a protected class under federal law. Employers can legally reject you because you live too far away. Now let's talk about what Google Maps specifically reveals. The app tracks your acceleration, your braking, how long you idle at red lights. Over 2 million users have opted into eco-driving insights, features that monitor these exact behaviors. Google uses this data to predict traffic with 94% accuracy. But that same data creates a profile. How you drive, when you drive, where you go. Google Maps also tracks foot traffic at businesses. That's the popular Times feature. If you search for a coffee shop, Google knows. Visit it every morning. Google builds a pattern. Here's what that pattern reveals to anyone watching. Your work location, your work hours, your lunch routine, your gym schedule, your side gig, and whether you've started visiting different offices. If you're job hunting, your phone knows before your boss does. This connects to something bigger. Employers are using predictive analytics to identify what they call flight risks, employees likely to quit. IBM built an AI that predicts who will leave. with 95% accuracy. The inputs include email tone, meeting attendance, and behavioral patterns that location data can reveal. Walmart uses this. Starbucks uses it. Delta and Chevron too. Your commute data could be the signal that gets you flagged. Think about what changes when you're job hunting. You might leave work on time instead of staying late. Take longer lunches for interviews. Visit a competitor's office just to check it out. Every one of those behaviors creates a data point. And data brokers are aggregating those points into profiles that HR departments purchase. Here's what the tech companies say. Google's CEO Sundar Pichai said, quote, "Google will never sell any personal information to third parties." Technically true. Google doesn't hand over your data for cash. Instead, they broadcast it through real-time bidding auctions. Hundreds of advertisers receive your information, milliseconds before deciding which ad to show you. The data leaves Google's system, enters the advertising ecosystem, and from there, nobody controls where it goes. In 2022, Google paid $392 million to settle a multi-state location tracking case. Attorneys general said the company had been, quote, "crafty and deceptive" about secretly recording users' movements since 2014. That's not speculation. That's a legal settlement. So what do you do about it? 3 things. Right now. First, audit your Google timeline. Open Google Maps. Tap your profile picture. Select your timeline. You'll see everywhere you've been for as long as location history has been enabled. Delete it. Or set it to auto-delete after 3 months instead of the default 18. Better yet, pause location history entirely. Second, check your app permissions. Most apps don't need your location. Weather apps, social media, games. Revoke access from anything that isn't actively navigating you somewhere. Third, request your employment data report. Go to employees.theworknumber.com. See what employers have reported about you. You can freeze this data, just like freezing your credit report. Here's the truth. Nobody in tech wants to say out loud. The algorithm that predicts your next Spotify song and the algorithm that predicts your termination use the same math. Pattern recognition, behavioral prediction. The difference is consent. You agreed to personalized playlists. You never agreed to employment surveillance. Google Maps made navigation effortless. It also created the most comprehensive movement tracking system in human history. 1 billion users, tracked in real time, with data flowing into an ecosystem that has no boundaries. Your commute isn't just a commute anymore. It's a data point in someone else's decision about your future. The companies buying this data don't want you to know it exists. The brokers selling it profit from your ignorance. The employers using it will never tell you why you didn't get the job. Now you know what they know. The question is, what are you going to do about it?